What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review of Star, the season premiere, season 3, episode 1. And look, let me say this to y'all. First season of Star, wasn't really feeling it. It took me a minute, had to get through. I just wasn't feeling it. Season 2, I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, they got me now. All right. For me, this episode took me back to season 1. It was all over the place. It was a lot going on. Um, I feel like they have too many storylines going on, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So the episode starts off where we left off last season, where we saw Carlotta and her sister got the guns trained on each other, and they get to fighting over the gun, and they end up shooting the mama, Patti LaBelle. They go to the hospital. Patti LaBelle is like, which one of you bitches shot me? She was like, Mom, she killed Hayel. Mama, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Anyway, ain't nobody ask who. When people get shot, the police get involved. Wasn't no police asking no questions. Wasn't nothing. She just shot in the hospital and ain't no problems. And anyway, so then we get to the salon. Carlotta is the head of the record label now. Old girl left her in charge, and she done went over to London with her baby. She pregnant. And she done went over to London. London. The house is open. Remember the house burned down last year. The house is open. It's beautiful. Look like they done built one of them McMansions. Y'all know when they build these nice houses in the middle of a block, and you be like, that house just don't look like the rest of them, because it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's big. The salon. It looked like. I thought they were in an actual storefront salon, not in Carlotta's living room anymore. Anyway, but it looks nice, and it's all bougied up, and they serving champagne and got the Wall Street Journal and all that good stuff. And Carlotta is getting the girls back together. It's been 3 months. She's getting the girls back together for an interview. So we find out that the head of the label, the owner, she's selling the label to a new investor, some guy that's out of Florida. And so Carlotta is like, yeah, I got to meet up with him and see what his vision is for the record label, see what's going on with that. In the meantime, I got the girls and doing this interview. It's the first time they've seen each other, but I got to get them back on track. Yeah, some stuff went down, but we family. We can fix it. We family. Remember Simone went to the Dominican Republic? We left off not knowing who was in the car crash, because Simone, Alex, and Cotton were all on a plane. Come to find out, it was Alex who was in the car accident, and Alex survived, but she's got some PTSD, some survivor's remorse, and she really needs to be in some counseling. So we see the episode that she's dealing with that whole thing. We'll get to that. Get a little bit more of that in a minute. Simone went to the Dominican Republic. She's with Angel, but she's not happy. I mean, she's in a foreign country. She loves Angel, but it's hard. And she's still young and everything. So she's loves her husband, but she misses home. Star is pregnant. Now, this whole episode goes, and don't nobody notice that Star's pregnant. Not even Carlotta. Carlotta know everything. Carlotta didn't know that she was pregnant. People kept making comments about her picking up weight, but really? Anyway, we'll get to that. So they do this interview where they're filming a new video, and everybody got on a skin tight outfit except for Star. Star, the main one that always got her, the midriff and the tight short shorts and all that. It's not a big deal that everybody. Okay, all right then. The wardrobe people, nobody's talking about the fact that Star's pregnant. Okay. So they go on this talk show. It's like a Wendy type talk show, and they're talking about their new video and everything. And then Simone says, well, there's another reason why we're here. This is our last interview as a group. We're breaking up. And Alex is like, yeah, we're all doing our own things. We're going solo. And of course, it blindsides Carlotta and it blindsides Star. Because Star feels like this is the first step of them getting back together. No, honey. Carlotta is like, are you serious? Like, this is bad timing. We got a new head of the studio. I mean, new head of the record label. I'm trying to let him know that we making moves over here. We got the tour going on. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all need to work this out. And they were like, look, Carlotta, some things just can't be undone. And, Alex said, I'm moving to New York. Like, it's nothing here for me anymore. I'm going to New York. Simone's like, yeah, my husband is in the Dominican Republic. I'm going back, to the DR. And we see that Alex is with old boy. She's back with the boy next door. Of course, he's walking, he dancing, he moon walking now. You know what I'm saying? He's good to go. And they're moving to New York, and they're all back in love, and everything is gravy with them. There was a girl on the plane with Alex, and of course she was like a super fan, and taking pictures and talking her to death. And Alex did the best she could, but remember, Alex wasn't in a good space when she got on that plane anyway. And it's a lot when somebody's in your face and they're expecting you to be on. Like, that happens to me on planes, and I ain't even a celebrity, so I can only imagine. Because the girl was like, you're in Coach? She was like, yes, I'm in Coach. It was a last minute flight. She was like, oh. And the girl, I think she was being a bit much taking all them damn pictures, but as far as having a conversation, she's starstruck. It is what it is. But when the plane went down, she was nice for a really long time, but then she finally snapped and was like, can you please stop talking to me? And so, old girl she was in her feelings. Well, I've been a fan since the beginning, and, I'm team, Alex, and I'm sorry that I'm bothering you. And then, of course, as soon as that happened, that's when the plane went down. And Alex immediately grabbed that girl's hand because, when you facing death, then it's a whole nother situation. And the girl was like, we're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. When the rescuers came in, she was a celebrity. The guy, identified. I mean, he noticed her off the break, and he was like, oh, come on, Miss Alex, we have to get you out of here. And she was like, no, but, we got to save her. We got to save her because the girl was still alive. But, of course, she was the priority because she's a celebrity. And so there's a level of guilt with that as well. Carlotta meets the head of the studio. Nice guy, nice little Latino guy. And he's beautiful, y'all. He is a beautiful specimen. But he lets Carlotta know, look, I'm going to focus on the movie side and, celebrity gossip and stuff. And we're going to let the record label go. Like, that's not my focus. And she was like, what? Come again? She said, what are you talking about? We get ready to go on this European tour, and I'm about to broker a deal that's going to put a whole lot of money on the table. She was like, are you sure that this is what you want to do? And he was like, yeah, my mind is already made up. Like, I'm sorry. So she was like, look, give me a chance. Like, I got this great announcement I'm going to make. It's going to change everything. Like, just give me a chance. He was like, I mean, hit me with your best shot, but I pretty much made up my mind. Noah's back. He's out of rehab, and him and Star, they're talking, and they're being him and Star. He don't notice that she's pregnant either, but a man wouldn't notice. He ain't gonna notice. Tiana Taylor, her character, they were on the tour. Remember, the three of them went on tour, but then Noah had to drop off the tour because he had to go to rehab. So it was just Star and her, and come to find out, they have not been getting along. Star has been trying to get more stage time, and the two of them just have not clicked because they're two alpha females with egos, so that just ain't working. And Star ain't backing down to her, so they go back and forth, and they talking shit, and they doing what they do. But it is definitely clear that there is no love lost between the two of them. So Simone and Alex go to the club. They trying to hang out like old times and everything. And Angel know what's up. Angel calls her, and he was like, yeah, I've seen you all on Instagram. You look like you're really happy. He was like, I haven't seen you that happy, since we were in Atlanta. And, I could tell you're not really, happy here. And she was like, what are you talking about? I love you. He was like, yeah. But he sees it. He feels it, So they're at the club and everything. Alex leaves because she's having one of her little PTSD moments. and she had to leave. Like a lady came up to them and took a picture and kind of did the same thing that the girl on the plane did, which of course gave her a flashback. And so she was like, look, Simone, let's go. I'm ready to go. Simone was like, nah, I'm going to hang out here a little while. Alex was like, are you sure? She said, I'm 18. I'm fine. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm okay. Y'all know that damn Simone find trouble. Soon as Alex left, Simone was still drinking because she under 18, but she a celebrity, so who the hell gonna tell her she can't have a drink, right? And she hooks up with a chick out of nowhere. I guess they vibe or whatever, and they go to hang out. The next morning, Simone is in bed with the chick. She climbs out of bed and she gets Alex to pick her up, and Alex has another moment talking about something. I knew I shouldn't have left you. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because she starts off mad, talking about something. Why didn't you call? You've been out all night. I've been worried about you. You were supposed to text me when you got home. She went from that to, I shouldn't have left you. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I left you. And then she had another flashback, and that's when we saw where the rescuers saved her but left the other girl on the plane. And I guess the assumption is that the girl died. I don't know. They didn't show that part. And y'all know my philosophy. If we don't see a body, she ain't dead. So I think that might be something that might come to play later on. The press conference. So Carlotta's called this press conference because she's got this great announcement to make. Backstage, we see Star, Noah, and Tiana Taylor's character. I forget her name. We see the three of them backstage. And again, Star and Tiana going at it. They, and she was like, what you need to, Tiana telling her, you trying to get more stage time, and what you need to be doing is bowing down and kissing my ring. And of course, Star was like, who you talking to? Who kissing what ring? And Noah was like, look, chill out. I need this. Like, y'all know, I need this. I need music in my life. Y'all know I can't, this tour can't get canceled. I need y'all to get it together. I need y'all to chill out, because if the tour gets canceled, y'all know I'm going to get in trouble. Basically, I'm going to find some trouble. And so they're backstage, going at it, kind of, you know how they do. And we see that Carlotta's on stage making her announcement. And she says that she just brokered a 10-year, $200 million deal with SoundCloud to basically sponsor all of the tours for the record label over the next 10 years. And basically, it's a deal. Who's going to refuse a $200 million deal? But she calls Star and Noah out on the stage to basically say Noah's back. We're ready for the European leg of this tour, and this is a great thing for all parties involved. Next thing you know, people start running and screaming. And I was like, why is everybody running around here screaming? What's going on? And Tiana Taylor ass got a gun. And she come up on stage talking about some Star. I told you need to get on your knees and kiss the ring. What? Who? So, of course, SoundCloud cancels the deal, cancels the tour. Europe is off. And Tiana Taylor made a couple of comments about Star's weight. But again, nobody noticed she got a belly. Okay. All right. We see Boy Next Door with his grandma. They having a little touching moment. They get to dancing and, talking about how much he gonna miss her. He's moving to New York, and, you've been, you raised me, and you this, you that. I'm gonna miss you so much. I love you, grandma. And they have like a nice little touching moment. At first I was like, but then I found out later on why they did that. We'll get there. Patti LaBelle out the hospital, and she tells her daughters, y'all gonna make up. Family is bigger than this. Y'all need to get it together. Now, Carlotta is doing a lot of drinking. Every scene almost we see her in, either she drinking or she talking about having a drink. I think Carlotta might be developing a little issue. Now, we know Carlotta always liked her drink now, but I just feel like there's a little bit more going on in this episode than we normally see. But I could be just nitpicking. Her and Brandy, they argue. Brandy tries to make up with her, talking about some, you raised me, you took care of me. I'm sorry. I love Tyel too. I didn't mean it, but I had to protect my rep. And, Queen Latifah was like, see, that's what we're talking about. That's the problem. You protecting your rep. And that's why we're here. Basically, she was like, you dead to me. Like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, it's really nothing you can say. I'm not fucking with you. Oh boy, the head of the record label decides after that whole fiasco with the press conference and the fact that SoundCloud canceled everything, he was like, yep, there's really no need for me to hold on to this record label now because it ain't even viable. Like, we look at us, we're a fucking laughing stock. People pulling guns at press conferences and shit. Our top group broke up. Like, there's nothing here. And he was like, I'm sorry, but it's a wrap. Like, I'm announcing it tonight at my gala. He's having this big gala. I'm announcing it tonight that, we're moving in a new direction and that the record label piece is gone. Of course, Carlotta was like, I ain't never gone down without a fight. So, I'm going to come up with something. We going to fight. Because at first she was like, woe is me. It ain't going to happen. But then Cotton was like, Hayel would have never gave up. Like, you just going to give up? You not going to fight? Star goes to the girls. And Star's like, look, we got to save the record label. We got to save Carlotta. Like, she took us in. She gave us everything, with no questions asked. And she needs us now. And so we need to be there for her. And we need to help her save this record label. And, of course, the girls were like, this is really about you, Star. You just want to save yourself. This ain't about Carlotta. But she talked them into it. She was like, look, just help us save the record label. And then y'all can go on back and do whatever it is y'all want to do. So the girls show up at the gala and they perform a song, and of course they mesmerize the crowd. But hold up, y'all. Again, I say, the two Alex and Simone got these sheer outfits that shows all the skin and it's skin tight and everything. And Star got on something that Mary J. Blige would have worn in 1994, like the baggy shorts and the baggy jacket zipped to about right here. I'm like, she looked straight up out of, like, she came out of the Real Love video, and nobody questions that. Nobody is paying attention to the fact that Star ass ain't got her midriff and her tight. Come on, y'all. Like, I was like, you playing with my fucking intelligence. And let me tell y'all something. I don't like when people play with my intelligence. I could even see if Carlotta peeped it and said, look, Star, I know what's up. But she didn't even. Anyway. So while they're performing, they show the, that the internet, they have the internet scrolling like Twitter to show that Twitter is blowing up, and because they go live, so it's like Instagram live or whatever, and you see all the hearts going up and you see all the comments and stuff. And so, Simone says, look, y'all like that music? Y'all like it? She was like, well, sorry to tell y'all, but it's the last time y'all gonna hear it because, the record label is closing. But then, oh, I'm sorry, that's a lie. She says, well, thanks to Carlotta, this is why we're here and all that good stuff, to try to basically get the crowd to want them to, the record label. They call Carlotta up on stage, and Carlotta's the one that says, well, the record label is no more. But then she says, we are now Gravity, which is the name of the whole company. We are now Gravity Records, and, blah, 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 blah. Basically boxing him in to keeping the record label open because they're in front of all of the investors and all these big wigs who are like, yeah, we love this, we love this. So he was like, okay, you got me. He was like, but you got 7 months to make this company viable or it's a wrap. I don't care what you say. He was like, and let me bring my wife up on stage. Honey, his wife is the woman that Simone spent the night with. Come to find out, they play together. I guess they in an open relationship because later on that night, she comes home and he was like, I thought we were celebrating. There's 2 women waiting for them out on the patio, and she was like, not tonight. I'm tired. She goes upstairs and he goes on the party. So I guess they got a little understanding, but of course it's gonna be some complicated shit with this whole piece that Simone, tap tap tap. So we end up seeing the girls at, like old times. They're at the table talking, And no, before I get there, Noah goes to the house looking for Carlotta. She's not there, and of course he doesn't know what's going on at this gala. But him and Miss Bruce end up talking, and Miss Bruce was like, "Look, I done been through rehab. I know what it's like." He was like, Carlotta ain't here, but I'm always here to listen. And they talk, and he tells him about when he tried to commit suicide, and how his father was the one. Now, I wasn't sure if it was a hallucination or if his father was really there, but neither here nor there. His father was the one that basically got him off that roof, and got him into rehab, or that was what made him decide to go into rehab. And Miss Bruce was like, "Are you holding?" He was like, "Nah, but I'm just having a rough time right now." So they talk or whatever, and Bruce was like, Miss Bruce was like, "Look, I'm always here for you. I know what it's like. I'm always a listening ear." He was like, "But I need to ask you one more time. Are you holding?" And he went on and admitted that, he had a little something, something, and he gave the drugs to Bruce. Bruce was like, "Look, come on here. Let me take you home, before you get into some trouble." So that was good. Then we see the girls sitting around the table, and Carlotta was like, "Just like old times, thanks for tonight," or whatever. She was like, "But I got 6 months, 7 months to turn this record label around. Y'all owe me another album, so I need y'all to get in the studio. Y'all got 7 months to bring me something." And they were like, "What? No, hell nah." She was like, "Look, y'all not gonna sit here and tell me that y'all are happier now than when y'all were a group." And so Simone admits that she's not happy living in the DR, and that she's probably going to divorce Angel and come back, and that she does miss Star. She admitted it. Alex admits that she's really struggling with the plane crash situation. She said every time she closes her eyes, she just sees the plane. She just relives that crash. And and then Star tells everybody she pregnant. Why everybody shocked? Y'all ain't know she was pregnant? Come on now. Then the last part we see, so they, I guess they're gonna work through it. Then the last thing we see is boy next door grandmama at the house. Oh boy, somebody done broke into the house, and she was like, "Look, I don't have no money." He was like, "What make you think I'm here for money?" And he looked like he was a crackhead. He looked like he was half-ass high. He was like, "What make you think I'm here for money?" Come to find out, he rapes her. He was like, "Take your clothes off, old lady. I'm about to give you the ride of your life." And he rapes her. So, y'all, I don't know where this season's going. I'm going to stick with it, though. I'm going to stick with it. But tonight I just felt like they were trying to tackle too much in one episode. I just feel like it was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of different storylines happening, and it was just a lot. But we're going to see where it goes. We're going to see where it goes. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Maybe I'm being too picky. I don't know. What y'all think?